Before we get in the program, Holly, it's time for this week's Joke of the Week.
So why did the zucchini break up with the cucumber?
Relationships problems. Because one was too cool and as a no.
It found a better partner in time.
Oh, the herb.
This week's garden joke is brought to you by Rescue.com. American-made rescue products keep your family, home, and yard protected from pests such as wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, flies, ants, and more. Learn more at Rescue.com. That's RESCUE.com.
Dealing with ticks. Now we see this a lot. You're going to find this on your social media feed if it's in your algorithm thing about ticks. So we're going to go over, we're going to give you information. You're going to have to do some research on additional information if you want to find more. But we'll start with how to deal with them in your yard, protecting yourself, and protecting your pets. So not all ticks attach to humans. Out of the hundreds of tick species there are, only a few small fraction percentage are attracted to humans and attached to humans. Primarily, many species host specifically to exclusive reptiles, amphibians, birds, and specific wild mammals. Not all ticks carry Lyme disease. Recent studies, though, show here where our show originates in Wisconsin, 50% of the ticks was tested in 2024. Over 50% had Lyme disease. So that is something to be aware of. And,
right. So ticks are...
And not all Lone Star ticks carry the alpha-galpha disease that makes you sick and makes you allergic to red meat. So keep that in mind. We don't know what percentage carries that, but studies don't have that data out yet, but not all of them carry it.
There's been a lot of talk about ticks lately.
Yep.
And it seems like year to year, even
it's the worst since such and such year.
It's increasing, yeah. And I think that you shouldn't be scared to be outside. I think that you should definitely just take precautions and also be aware that ticks happen. And if you do find that you have been bit by a tick, or think that the head of the tick is in your body, you should definitely get treated and play safe versus not safe. So let's talk. And ticks also are usually more prominent during June and July. Yeah.
Now they will come out, and moisture is a key.
Yes.
They like moisture, and they are active from a lot of portions. They can be active from very early spring to late fall as well, based on your area. So you need to do the research to figure out what the most active time is for ticks in your region.
So one thing you want to do is, if you are concerned about them in your yard, you want to make sure that you make your property yard less hospitable to the ticks. So there's a few things you can do. And as Joey had mentioned, they do enjoy the more moist areas. So if you keep your grass trimmed, there's many reasons to keep your grass trimmed, like from mosquitoes, ticks, just because
health of the grass. Yeah.
So about 3 inches is what you want to maintain your lawn at, and then clear any debris. Ticks will hide in that debris, leaf litter, brush, tall weeds, etc. Make sure you clear that out because so you don't have them have a home.
Now, true enough, ticks do live in trees, and they fall on you because they're trying to find a host, or your pets, or your neighbors. What that is a real thing, but they're not like die. Oh, so they're everywhere. Mm-hmm. They're not just in the grass.
Ticks are everywhere.
Yeah,
there's one behind you in the corner right now.
Right. So this is something that is concerning, but if you have the information, take the precautionary measures, it's less scary.
Right. One thing to talk about real quick is your pets and ticks, as Joey had mentioned, dogs. So if you have an animal pet that goes outside and you have a possibility to expose them to ticks, where they would bring the ticks into the house, there's many different tick and precautions that you can take. There's like a liquid
collar, isn't there?
I think there's a collar. Uh-huh. I'm not sure how effective that is anymore, but that might just be for fleas.
But even if your pet doesn't go indoors, if you've got an outdoor farm dog or dogs or outdoor cat, this is a thing in which,
Right, and then you go up and pet that cat or dog.
Well, you can pick it off and you see how long the ticks are in their ears, and especially if they're around a lot of brush and high grasses, they're going to experience a lot of tick attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Okay, well, you never had a farm dog or farm dog, yeah.
No.
Okay, so let's, we kind of talked about what we can do to fix the area around our property, keep the grass clean, trimmed, debris cleaned, manage wildlife, the fencing and stuff.
You can also use mulch, wood chips, whatever are on the barrier of your yard. If you have maybe you have some wooded areas on the outskirts of your yard, you could put a lining of mulch to help keep the ticks from walking in.
Also pesticides.
Yeah.
There's applicational. Summit Responsible Solutions has some of that. You can spray around the perimeter of your yard or in your yard to do this, and there is home remedies, quote unquote, in which you can do as well. So protecting yourself. What do we need to do to protect ourselves? Regardless of what measures you use to protect yourself, once you get done with your outdoor activity, you should check yourself.
Right. So in this
or
case,
have a loved one check yourself.
So I know that, you might go to the farmer's market, or you might have a friend who sells this all natural bug spray, and they're like, oh, it's great for mosquitoes and ticks. If you are going into the deep woods, I can understand this might be good for ticks and mosquitoes if you're just taking the kids to the park or going to the nighttime or evening, music in the park.
Yeah, or drive in, you sit on a blanket type of thing, yeah.
Right, and yeah, that's great. But if you're going in the deep woods, you want to use something like DEET. You want to use something like permethrin.
Yeah.
You want to use something that's going to repel the ticks. You can treat your gear and your clothes, treat yourself, whatever you need to do. You don't want to use the fluffy little essential oil spray, which I'm not saying it's not effective against the mosquitoes, but
what's your battle?
Yeah, you think about how you need to get out the heavier artillery for things like
and
that.
And there's hunting clothes industry there's clothes in the hunting industry and in the hiking industry that they treat the clothes before you buy it with this perithium, and it stays in the clothes for so many days or so many cleanings afterwards, and then you have to reapply it.
Right. So if you don't want to get the permethrin and plan ahead, and you just I just want to go on an after work hike, I don't know how, I don't think these woods are that deep.
Stay on the trail.
Stay on the trail is the big one. The second one is to use something that has between at least 20 to 40, between 20 and 40% DEET. I mean, higher is better, but you want to make sure you are within that 20 to 40%.
If you can get a hold of Dwight, he makes his own office reference.
Right, right. So a lot of times, you'll see, if you're looking, at the store, it'll say deep woods. That's typically what you're looking for, and it'll say how much DEET it is. If you buy bug spray, it doesn't say how much DEET is in it. You should be concerned. You want to make sure there is a percentage listed. Tight
fitting clothing, tight socks.
Yeah, if you have long hair, you're supposed to braid it.
Right.
Yeah.
There is ways in which you can invert duct tape around the opening, or your pant legs, or your shirt openings, which if something tries to crawl in under, it will get stuck to it, that type of thing.
Right. If you have rubber boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ticks are looking for something to grab onto.
Right.
Yeah, so if you, again, Joey had mentioned tight fitting, or, the duct tape, or when Joey goes in the deep woods, he wears his rubber hunting boots.
Right. Yeah. And then when I come back, even when you are in this mindset, even if you know that you have nothing on you, you always feel like there's something crawling on you.
Right.
Even if you've been checked by a loved one. And it's hard to, certain areas like your lower back, or if you're alone, it's difficult to check and then remove if you do have one attached to you.
Right.
And there are specific ways in which you are supposed to remove the tick if it is embedded in your skin and all that. You can look that up on your own so you know what to do best for you.